Are we having fun?
Whew, that's a lot.
Well, today is install day at what we call The Row. I'm Amber Kimmel with Kimmel Collective.
I'm Keith Kimmel with Revolution Mortgage.
We wanted to sit down and talk about the project that we have here. We've had a lot of people inquire and ask us about it, and it's been a lot of fun.
It has. It's a good investment that we've tried to get into to get ourselves going on things that we talk about every day.
That's right. And when I say it's install day, this is house 8 of 16 that we are bringing online. They'll be fully furnished of rentals that are rented out to corporate relocation companies.
Yeah, we find it works really well that way on the investment side because again, they need a place to stay while they work and they come and go.
Yeah. It's a lot of work. Well, I think we were adding up. It's over, when it's all said and done, we're going to hang over 60 TVs, 32 beds, 16 couches,
it's like, and of
40
course,
chairs.
And of course, when she says we, she means me.
Yes,
just kidding.
No, that is mostly you. We abuse our friends and family. They all come out and help get it all put together.
They do, and it's funny as we do more and more, friends become more scarce when it's move day. Don't answer that phone if Keith and Amber call.
Yeah, but it's been a good experience so far.
Yeah, just kidding on my friends. They're all awesome.
We wanted to talk about it because we have several other groups that we're helping put together similar type projects. We do actually have some ownership in this one here, but we have a group of people out at the military base that we're putting together a package of homes for. The reason I kind of thought this was a unique and interesting path to go down is because when you look at investing, a lot of people are wanting those small multifamily properties, or they're looking for the duplexes. Everybody loves duplexes. Well, one, they're highly competitive, they're hard to find. And then here in Abilene, a lot of our real estate is older in terms of years. And so being able to come here like we did and put these 16 houses together, all brand new construction, it's kind of almost like having a mini apartment complex without having a mini apartment complex.
Right. All of them are 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage homes, and again, all brand new construction. So the houses come with very, very low maintenance because again, they're all new.
And I think an advantage, or one thing that maybe everyone might not think of initially, is that it makes them a little bit easier on the financing end as well, because they can be financed as single family homes.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't have to be a commercial loan.
Absolutely. And a very, very, various amounts of loans. You can do DSCR loans, you can do full qualifying loans, you can do rent loans, you can do P&L loans. Several non-QM loans all apply to these types of properties that make it very, very easy to finance, in comparison to having to have straight full qualifying loans.
Yeah, it's a good option to have, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes it to where you don't have to have a ton of income. The houses kind of can stand on their own.
And then I think too, down the road, if you ever decide to sell them, a good option there is you don't have to sell all of your investment at one time. You could sell it off individually.
Correct. You sell an individual house because they are all single family, 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes. They can be sold individually as a group, or however an investor would want to buy it. They could buy them as a lot, but each house, when they buy it, they can then sell them as a one-off house because they are truly assets that stand on their own.
These homes here we have are 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and when you do the math on what these rent for versus like staying at a local hotel, it's still a win-win for the people staying here, and then it also makes it a good investment because of the rent return. It kind of knowing what we know now and what we've done so far, is there anything that sticks out to you that you wish we would have done differently?
I wish we would have bought more because it serves the community very, very well. It helps people have a place to stay while they're out here working, where they're working on the plants outside of town, or if they're military coming in and out. Either way, it provides them a place to stay that's affordable and very, very nice.
I think one of the hardest parts for me has been the short turnaround time from when we get keys to when we're turning over the keys. People are waiting on the homes or waiting for us to get them furnished and get completed to pick up their keys and move in. So a lot of times it's a 24-hour window.
Well, and that's always fun because especially with new construction, anything can happen. Everybody likes to get upset at builders because they run late or things like that. We just experienced a huge ice storm. Well, nobody's at work. These guys aren't out here finishing these houses in the snow and ice. No, just like other people didn't go to work either. So that does tend to cause a delay. Well, the people that are expecting to move into the house, they want to move in. Well, I can't help that it's snow. No, neither can anyone else. So sometimes it's part of doing new construction homes. You are at the mercy of weather and things like that. It's not always that a builder just runs late. Believe me, they want to get paid just as fast as everyone else.
Yes, and I think that speaking back to the short turnaround time, I know there's been several times putting together beds and we have found out we're short a nightstand or we're short a bed frame or we're short a box spring. And what does that look like?
Well, having the houses completely furnished means you just run like a chicken with your head cut off, to try to find whatever piece of furniture or equipment that you're missing so that the people aren't given a half-finished product when they move in. The product, when we deliver them completely finished and they're done.
And we thought we had a pretty good plan and we were just going to rinse and repeat on each house, which sounded all good in theory. But then
Practice is a whole new ballgame.
Yes, yeah. When we got about 4 houses in and went to make those same orders, things were no longer in stock, things were back ordered, couldn't make delivery dates. So it's constant, just like anything, you're constantly pivoting and changing and coming up with solutions.
And sometimes that can be somewhat frustrating or even overwhelming in some instances. But in reality, you take it as it goes. It comes that way. You just no different than when you're selling real estate and you have buyers and sellers that have an issue at closing or right before closing, furniture doesn't get moved or something happens and their loan doesn't close on time, and you just have to make changes as they come and just understand that nothing's perfect.
You've been doing mortgages a long time here in Abilene. I've been selling real estate a long time here in Abilene. Do you feel or think that it's kind of a unique combination right now or time frame for homeowners who are buying for their primary residence and for investors? What do you think is different now than has been historically?
What's different now is the high demand for temporary housing as opposed to permanent housing. Temporary housing meaning the rental market is crazy right now. All the folks coming in to work on the plants, they're not going to live here forever. This isn't their forever final resting place. So they're going to come in and want to rent a house. Makes it hard for people that are trying to buy a home. Some of the resale houses that are out there, people are selling them not to rent. They're moving on to another home. So those houses are for sale to someone to live in. So the market is still very, very, very active on both accounts. New construction homes are probably leaning a little bit more towards the investor type person buying them to house the renters. And some of your older, more established homes that are super nice homes, the consumer to live in those homes are still getting a very, very good deal. That's of course the negotiation with their real estate agent. The more your real estate agent knows, the better.
Right.
There's a little plug for you, babe.
What made you guys choose this specific neighborhood?
Availability more than anything else. This specific neighborhood came up when I'm pretty sure we kind of bought into this before a house even started. Is that not correct?
That is correct. Yes, I think the convenience and the ability to get all of the homes on one street was also super attractive.
Yeah, very much so. It was very, very easy for us to be able to manage the yards, be able to manage the things that you would want to do as a property owner. Not having to go all over town to go look at 3 houses. Having them all on the same street is very, very convenient for us.
And I think one of our thought processes too was whether it have been one company or multiple companies securing the homes for their employees, it just is nice to have like a central location for them to come and go. I know a lot of them that are out here currently ride to the job site together. And so just having that convenience of them all being together for those companies seemed to make a lot of sense.
Oh, certainly, carpooling is huge for them. I'll hop in one vehicle and go to work, and hop in one vehicle and come home. So it all coming to the same spot, even 2 houses down, is very, very convenient for them.
Yeah. But I think there's a lot more, maybe not for us, but for other people, investment opportunities that could be done in similar style, would you say, out there?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a great time to get into investing in real estate. Of course, there's never really a bad time to invest in real estate. Everybody always gets super rate sensitive. Interest rates change. They change on the daily. Sometimes they'll change during the course of the day. So you can't control those markets. So whatever you buy, whatever the rates are, whatever your terms are of your loan, they're not permanent. They can always be refinanced. And if you happen to get in when it was 4%, great. If it goes to 6%, well, look, you did great. If it's 6% when you got in, it goes back to 4%, you just simply refinance it. Refinancing does come with cost. No refinance is free. But in the long term, over time, you're never wrong investing in real estate. And I think time has proven that.
I always say, buy as much as you can as soon as you can.
Well, that's because you're a real estate agent.
I think I probably was the one that pushed on the quantity here, and you were constantly trying to pull back.
Absolutely. I was like, are you kidding me? There went my Porsche. Just kidding. But no, the amount of houses that you wanted to get right off the bat was kind of shocking initially. But the more we talked about it, the more sound the financial responsibility, one, was, and the financial gain, two. It takes a lot of money to finance this many houses and to get into them, buy all the furniture and all those things. But the return on investment, I have to say you were right.
Time will tell.
Yeah, so far
It's
you've
still
been
early.
right. So far you're right. That hurt a little bit to say, but you were right.
When we looked at furnishing the houses, first, we wanted to see if maybe we could source everything from the same place. But as we got into it, we realized we were going to have to use multiple vendors. And not only were we going to have multiple vendors, we were going to have backups to the backups to the
Because
backups.
things do run out of stock, and sometimes they can't deliver. I'm the type of person, when I go in to buy something, I go in to buy it. I don't go in to look at it. I don't go in to shop 19 different things. I need a sofa, I go get a sofa. And that didn't pair well with your plan, of having everything kind of conform and everything kind of be kind of down the road the same. And so
we maybe to a fault too had the mentality and the thought process. We wanted them to be nice, and so we may have spent a little bit more than we should have on the front end investment. But
I don't think so. I think that when you're providing a product to someone, you should provide something that's not less than you would expect for yourself. You should always provide a product that you would not be embarrassed of if someone came in your home and sat on it. The furnishings that we didn't buy cheap stuff that's going to break, because if it does, the people that are responsible for renting the house, they're responsible for paying for it should they break it. And so rather than setting someone up for failure, we buy nice things.
Well, and to that comment, every time we come over to these houses, you always say, we could live here. We live here.
I always say I could live here. These are nice homes. They're very nice homes.
They are nice. But it is a lot of coordination and moving parts to get everything here and on time. And unfortunately, a lot of that, we tried to avoid double handling boxes as much as we could, but we would have things delivered to multiple addresses and then have to move them over on install day.
Yeah, well, instead we have most of it just delivered to the house, and then I get to camel it over here. It was really funny. I guess it was maybe 4 days ago. The Amazon driver stopped by and he said, "Hey, is Miss Kimmel okay?" I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He said, "Well, I haven't had a box for her today." Oh yeah, she's fine. So yeah, we do get a lot of stuff delivered to our personal home.
Yeah, lots of boxes.
Lots of boxes.
Lots of boxes. We're professional box openers.
Oh yes. But Much to my chagrin,
So-
I don't like it. But
outside of just like the furnishings, getting the utilities set up, we quickly found that on most people's request, and one thing they look for is not just fiber high-speed internet, but the highest-speed internet.
the highest speed, yes, the highest.
Yes. A lot of the tenants like to game on their time off, and so
Well, if you think about it, the jobs that they do is a very stressful job. So when they get off work, they would like to come in and relax a little bit. So yes, that is something we do provide. We do provide the very high speed internet.
yeah. I think though one thing that maybe you might not know from the outside looking in is just speaking back to all the logistics, all the phone calls and emails that have to occur for it to all come together. You're contacting electric and water and the trash cans and the post office, and so it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun, and we love helping people do the same thing.
Absolutely.
And finding the same things. Some have been friends and family, some have been strangers, some have become new friends.
Yeah.
So, but it's a fun process, and we have a really first hand, front seat
Figure it out.
to the logistics.
It's your bus. I'm just riding on it.
And putting it together. So we would love to share that information with any of you to help you put it together for yourself.
If you're looking to
Your next real estate investment.
if you're looking to buy them, Amber Kimmel. If you're looking to finance them, Keith Kimmel, and we get you well on your way.
So when we first started talking about doing this, it was September of last year.
Yeah.
September timeframe, early summer,
Yeah.
and August. And then I believe we put them under contract in October. And then the first install date was December 1st.
Yeah. I got those super fast.
And then after December 1st, about every 2 weeks, we've done another two homes.
2 homes.
Yes.
Just bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their builder's phenomenal. He does a great job.
Yeah. So it's been a fast process. As soon as we recover from putting a couple of houses together, it's time to rinse and repeat and do it all over
I'm keeping Advil
again.
in business with, the old gray mare just ain't as strong as it used to be. But so Advil and lay down for a minute, get up and go do it again.
You asked what my biggest high and biggest low of the project was or is. I think my biggest high is last week I was out here and I ran into one of our guys in one of the houses and I said, "Hey, is everything going okay? Do you have everything you need?" And he's like, "I am all good." And I was asking, someone had called and said, "Well, I heard you were having a little issue with your dryer." I said, "We just want to make sure everything's taken care of." He said, "Listen, we got it good. Everything is okay." So he said, "We've been some other places that were not this fun to come home to." So that was probably my biggest high, just, knowing that they had a nice place while they're away from their family to be able to relax when they're not at the job site. So that was my biggest high. My biggest low, I don't know what my biggest low is.
I don't know that there really is a low.
I think my biggest low is just my personality and high level anxiety. I'm just always nervous. Like, what if something goes wrong? I mean, you're as cool as they come. You're not worried. You're like, we'll figure it out. But me, my wheels are always spinning. Well, what if something goes wrong? Or what if the what ifs, I guess, would be my biggest lows.
Well, and for me, it's just, no matter what happens on a day-to-day, your daily life, you just always put one foot in front of the other. When you take your step forward, you try to take forward steps and don't take backward ones. You don't look over your shoulder, you run into walls. Look ahead, always look ahead. And, every day isn't a perfect day. Every day isn't the greatest thing in the world, but I promise you, no matter how bad your day may be today, there's people out there that will trade with you every day. So God's blessed us with the ability to help other people. And so that's what we should strive to do, because God knows that he blessed someone else and they helped us. So all the way around, that you do the best you can, and that's the best you can do. And you don't ever have to worry about it. You just try to tell the truth, be honest, and just keep going forward. Don't look over your shoulder, and you won't run into as many walls. You're always going to stumble. You're always going to have a pitfall. It never fails. But I have an attitude that I'm very, very much a half full guy, not a half empty guy. I'm very, very much optimistic and not pessimistic. I think that all good comes from all good deeds. No good comes from bad deeds. So do good deeds and you'll be okay. May not always be perfect, but you'll be okay.
There's your dad's preaching coming out.
Yeah. My dad, independent Baptist
You
preacher.
can't,
Yeah.
you
So
can't get away from it.
yeah. Well, I'm a born
in
again
you.
Christian. I'm gonna spend eternity at the right hand of my Savior. So a lot of people don't know that about me, but I am, and I'm very serious about those things. I have a little bit of a potty mouth for those that know me, but beyond that, we try to do the right thing as much as you can. Nobody gets it right all the time. Nobody. The only perfect person we ever had, we crucified him. There's your sermon for the day. So we're not expected to be perfect. We're expected to try to be.
Yeah. And I think the reason that we wanted to share and talk about this project is, one, because a lot of people have asked us about it. A lot of people have wanted more information about it. And then two, just, I know you and you know me, we want to help other people do the same thing. Thank you guys for listening in. We were excited to share with you guys some information about the project we call The Row here. We look forward to sharing more in the future and helping any of you who might be interested in something similar.
I'm Keith with Revolution Mortgage.
Amber Kimmel with Kimmel Collective.